everybody to the first installment of our build-along. I only have an hour, so I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour. And when it's gone, it's gone. I would like to talk about my pilot that I spoke about before I get started. This is what we got so far. I'm still working on painting him, but boy is he going to be cool. And he's really detailed. I'm going to take epoxy and put in the lenses of his eyeglasses so that they look real. And then I'm going to go back over and detail some things up yet. But it's coming along. I'm just kind of tinkering with it. Anyway, we're going to be building the Excalibur. Now, you can take the plans that you find and blow them up to full size. I'm just going to work off the 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I am going to make another change to this airplane just because I want to, and that's to the airfoil. I don't really particularly care for this football shaped airfoil, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. And what I need to do is cut the camera and move it so that you can get a bird's eye view of exactly what I'm doing. So, be right back. The first thing that we're going to do on this is we're going to make some ribs. In order to do that, I have to kind of extrapolate what we have here. So we see on this is, we have a scale at the bottom. And we're not building an exact duplicate model, but each inch is it's 1/4 inch to the foot, it looks like. Let's see here. So, let's do this. Sorry about that. I wasn't quite prepared. Been, I've never done one of these build-alongs. Anyway, what we're going to do here is we're going to make the scale on a piece of paper. So we'll get an exact measurement here. Each one of these is an inch. Excuse me, it's not 1/4 inch to the foot, it's a 1/4 inch to the inch, it looks like. So we have a root of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make a mark. 7, 8, 9 inches. We have a root of 9 inches, and the thickness of this wing is 1 3/4 inches. So 9 inches, 1 3/4 inches. So, in order to make the rib pattern, we're going to make a line on this piece of paper, 9 inches. Now this is very old school what I'm going to show you here. And I like my high point 3 inches back from the leading edge, so I make a tick mark there. And I'm going to take a small square. And we'll make the line here. I mean, if you've got a drafting table, or if you want to use some other program to do this, that's fine. So we have a 1.75 inches for the thickness of the wing. I'm making this for a 25, so 1.75 inches is where we're going to stay. So we got 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, I can't hardly see anymore, 4, 5, 6, 7. So measure up 7/8 of an inch from that line. And you think, well, wow, what are we going to do here? If you think I was kidding about using a shoe, guess again. Well, we're going to need a 1/4 inch leading edge piece. Now they have an already made molded leading edge, but I'm going to build this wing different. I'm going to put sheeting on the leading edge. This has 3 spars. We're going to set ours up as a D-tube. Now you can do it any way you like. You can build it exactly off the plans. Everything I'm showing you is all exactly the same. It just does not matter. So we want to put a 1/4 inch leading edge piece in this. So we're going to measure up 1/8 and down 1/8. We got a 1/4 there. We're going to come back to here. Now they have another piece that the trailing edge is very, very pointy, and I don't like that. I want a 1/4 inch at least back there as well. So I'm going to measure up 1/8 on each side for that. So we get 1/8 there. Now, the trusty shoe method for the airfoil. I think that would probably be best just to more or less eyeball this. So we have half a rib there. Let's see if I do have a template here. I have a template here, and you'll see that how I did that. This is an SV11 template. It's exactly the same. So the shoe method works. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark a good solid heavy line on this so that we can cut this out. But I just didn't like that real pointy type rib pattern. Anyway, Now we're going to take this, we're going to fold it over. As a matter of fact, let's mark the spar. Yep, let's mark the spar. I guess we could build it as a C-tube. One quarter. So we got 1/4 inch spars there. CG, I'm going to mark the CG on this. You don't have to, but I'm just going to mark it so that I don't have to reference the plan again. It appears to be right there. On this particular build, I'll be stopping the camera and moving the pieces, you know, so you can view all of what I'm doing. You know, I kind of missed that line there. We want to have a 1/4 inch trailing edge. Yep. You can use any rib you got there, or your shoe, or a French curve, or I've been building airplanes a long time, so you know it really doesn't mean anything. And we're going to fold it right on our center line and be exact. Alright, we have half our template ready to go. Take a scalpel, X-Acto knife, razor blade, any of your other favorite cutting tools. Voila! One rib. So let's cut out the spar so we know where the spar notches go. There you have it. There's our rib pattern for our Excalibur. Now, if you'll notice, the airfoil changed slightly. They have a more, I don't know, it's kind of more even, where it's an egg shape or whatever, but this is still a real streamlined airfoil, so the airplane's going to have to be light. Now I just have a piece of scrap 16th plywood, and we can do this one of two ways. We could do the stack sanding method, which I've shown in previous videos, and if you haven't seen how that's done, go ahead and watch that video. I'll see if I can find it and we'll link it to this. But for this build, I'm just going to cut each rib. The reason being is it requires 2 templates to stack sand. So if you're going to stack sand, you're going to have to make 2 of these templates. And if you're going to cut out by hand, just 1. Now, I'm not sure. We've only been into this 15 minutes. I guess I could show wood selection as well, because I'm not going to buy any materials for this airplane. I'm going to use up what I have here. Okay, we have it. We have our template. I'm gonna have to mark the leading edge. I missed it. You can use your favorite method of leading edge attachment. If you want to use a flat leading edge, you want to use a pre-made leading edge like it's shown on the plans. It really doesn't matter. Entirely up to you. So now we're going to cut it out. I better get a new blade. I've been using these scalpel blades that I got from Amazon, or no, eBay. So much cheaper, so much sharper, it's unbelievable. These are $6 for 100 blades, plus you get the handle. And I'll see if I can find a link to that and include it with the video. I gotta make you guys do some kind of work. Anyway, we're going to cut this out and try to stay outside the line but close to the line, because we're going to have to sand it to shape. Walter Umland's offering the kit for $150. If you guys are looking for the kit, you might want to contact Walter. He does make nice kits. With what I show you here, you'll have no problem making your own kit of parts. Remember, I'm only working off an 8.5 by 11, but there's really not any need. I haven't built off full-size plans in so long. I don't even need plans. All I need is the measurements, because they're all the same. You can't believe how many airplanes I've built off a napkin. Where they say, well, this is what I want it to look like. Okay. But we got to get you there. Time for a new blade already. Exacto would be the same thing. Plywood is just tough on blades. Okay. I'm going to give a little review after I get this cut out on a sanding block and sandpaper that I got. The finish on this airplane is going to be polyspan. Probably going to be a transparent finish. I don't want to, you know, I'm not putting a concourse finish on an airplane for a giveaway, but it'll be nice looking. Okay, now the review I was going to give is on the Durablock. And I think that I'm really going to like this. I got 320 on it now. It feels like nothing in your hand. It's just a super lightweight block, super long. It's for doing body work, professional body work. I got it for sanding, sheeting wings. Feels good. Get all the burrs off of it because we're going to cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 ribs. See if that's right. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 ribs. Now, oh, it does show that there's offset in this as well. So there is stagger or asymmetry in the wing, which is good. I like asymmetry. So, let's talk about wood selection. Let me move the camera. If I can find my... Well, I'm over to my wood pile. I don't have a whole lot left. It's time for me to kind of reorder. It's kind of jumbled up here. But I have them bundled into different bundles. These are the 11s that are... these are 77 thousandths here, so we're not going to use those. I want to keep the 77 thousandths for sheeting. And I don't want to use my best wood up on this airplane. So, that's 3/32. Those are, that's aircraft also, but when I swing around, I'll show you how I grade it up. I guess we're going to use 3/32 for ribs. Let's see what we got here. Each one of my pieces of wood are weighed and marked, so I grade them and then regrade them. That's a pretty heavy piece, but that's okay. It's a 17, 16. And we'll use this pile here. Alright. These pieces of wood are a medium selection. They're not my lightest and not the heaviest. So, we'll take this pile to the bench. I'll be right back. Might as well straighten up while I'm here. I'm going to have to order another 4x8 sheet of plywood too. Getting low on wood. I only have, I don't have a whole lot. I only got about twice as much as that, and that's it. So anyway, let me move the camera back. What I do for grading my wood is I kind of try to figure out how many pieces it's going to take. So I said it takes 18. It's going to take 18 ribs. Now these are not going to be the light. This is not my lightest wood that I own. But we're going to figure out about how many ribs per sheet we can get. So we're going to get 2, 3, 4. We're going to get 5 ribs per sheet. We need 18. So I have some wood here, 3/32, that's 14 grams. Not the best. And we need 18 ribs. So I'm going to pick out the wood that has the straightest grain so that the wing doesn't warp. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20. 4 sheets. Now I'll put this aside. So this is going to be kind of like a Zen operation. I mean, it won't take very long to cut these out. Place them so that the ribs, or that the grain runs straight through the rib as best you can. Not real critical, but now if you have a metal template, if you could make a metal template at home, that would be even better than the wood one I've made here. Oh shoot, you can't see what I'm doing. Need a cameraman. We'll sand them all together. Probably going to notch them all together too. So there's our first one. took a minute. Make sure that the grain's running straight through the rib. If our rib set weighs a half an ounce after it's hollowed, we'd be in business. I'm going to set this up to work on the rod method too. You can use the building board pin method. You can use the Lincoln log method. You can use your eyeballs. Whatever's comfortable for you. It really doesn't much matter. So we have 2 ribs. Time for a new blade. Still sharp enough to cut you, but I like sharp when I'm doing this. For God's sakes, pay attention, because I have cut myself several times doing this. Now, because I'm so pressed for time, when the clock goes off in 25 minutes, I'm going to pick up the project and we'll leave off from where we started, so you can actually see exactly how long it takes. We're not cutting the camera, and I'm not working behind the scenes doing any sanding or anything. It's all going to be done on camera. So we got 3. I have to get on this classic build for a customer of mine. That'll be in a video. That'll probably be public domain on that one. But if you follow along with me, we'll see how many days it's going to take us to, each session that we do is going to be 1 hour. That's all I can, with as swamped as I am with work that I got in the shop here, it's really all I can devote on doing this, because I have to get those airplanes painted. That's why the bench is not real clean, because as soon as I'm done here, I gotta start sanding. But I've been promising you guys this build for a year, and I'm trying to keep my word. And I apologize for the the delay. We were going to do the RD1. I never got a set of plans. I mean, I don't even need plans if I had a drawing like this. But I had nothing. Okay, so we got one sheet cut up. And we have 5 ribs. 3 and 2 is 5, yep. Now I got 320 sandpaper on this right now. I'm probably going to switch over to the other block and we'll use some 180. Probably going to just sand 5 at a time because I don't want to change the airfoil, but I don't want to sand them all either. Well, I don't know. I guess we can just sand them all. I'll get the block, get the other paper on this block. Next sheet. 5 more of the Zen. But you saw how I took the shoe, calculated an airfoil, I put the SV airfoil so I could draw a nice airfoil. And it was within a pencil line. When I was younger, we used to build diamond wings. They all fly, as long as it's light. I don't think the airfoil shape makes a hill of beans, but I'm sure the top flyers do. Think that it makes a hill of beans, and it ain't for the reason that you might think. And it might. I don't know. I'm not a top 20 flyer. I'm just I don't have enough time to practice or. Takes a lot of dedication to be a top 20 stunt flyer. The year that I made 21st, I really put in the time to make that top 20 and missed it by 1/3 of a point. I was out at the field every day burning gas. I just, you know. Get older, you just kind of lose the enthusiasm, or I did anyway, of the real drive that it takes. Those top guys burn hundreds of gallons of fuel. So including all my babbling, hunting for wood, making a template, we're going to have one half of the wing done in less than an hour. We're at 45 minutes now. Yeah, I could have stack sanded them, I guess. I don't know. But this rib here is a little over half done now. I'm going to show you how to extrapolate the shapes for the rudder and things out of that as well. The elevator stabilizer is going to be a real straightforward shot because it's pretty square. So we have 10 ribs now, halfway. Let's see what 10 ribs weigh. Our rib set's going to weigh 1 ounce. This is a ½ ounce here. Actually a little less because this is 10 and we only need 19. So 9 more ribs to go. Or maybe we might need 20. I don't know. Let's see if we can get them done in the next 15 minutes. And that's 1 ounce before hollowing. I might do a different type construction for the wing. I don't know. We might do the original 4-spar setup. So we got 1. Kind of want to keep it close to the original. I really didn't care for that airfoil at all. Well, I hope you're cutting along with me. Otherwise, you're bored to death. Normally, if you watch my other videos, I'll sand a little bit or I'll cut a little bit. We'll cut the camera not to burn the tape up. But I want to give you a real-time grip on what it takes to build this. And when I start sanding, that's what will blow your mind, how fast I can sand and get it close. Okay, that's 12. going to get all these ribs done in our first session. I think I'm going to call this my Excalibur, for the simple fact I've changed the airfoil. And I'm not really building from plans, I'm just building off a 8.5 by 11 piece of wood, so it'll look like that. But this is not a classic entry, so fidelity's not in the question. This is not a scale airplane, so nor the scale nor shape is in question. This is a airplane that will take a beginner to intermediate. Probably take some intermediates to expert. Okay, we got 15 done. Five more to go. Gotta cut one every 2 minutes now. I don't like that piece of wood. Got a hard spot in it. No good. And we'll run with this one, I guess. I'd like to say something about what's going on in the forum. Some of you guys are picking on Charles. I don't know what that's about. Charles does things different than I do. That's okay. His airplanes are very nice looking. I don't know what they weigh. I don't know how they fly. But if it weighed 100 pounds, it doesn't matter. If it didn't fly ever, it doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why. It's his money, his time, and his dream. I don't know why 60 to 80-year-old guys have to try to bully him. And I'm just not going to let it happen. It's because I look at his work. There's nothing that I would build. But you got to admit, that last one he did is pretty quality. And his scale job is going to be a nice quality cockpit. And I don't know what the finished product's going to look like, but from what I could tell from the zinc chromate or whatever, and his detail on the rivets, it's going to be pretty nice. Will it fly? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know why you guys have to care. Building model airplanes is an art. He's an artist. Would you tell Van Gogh his painting was crap? Which they are. No, you wouldn't. So please, for my sake, ease up on him. I'm the guy that has to deal with all that. I'm trying to bring good content to both forums. I'm a little stuck now because of these paint jobs, but as soon as these paint jobs are out of the way, I can start devoting some time to what I like to do, and we'll get some real good content up there. So 1 hour, I have all the ribs cut. We got 5 minutes to the end of the hour. We don't have them hollowed, but we'll go about that on the next issue of Control Line Craftsman. This was just kind of a introductory, setting the stage. Funny. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yep, 20. Unhollowed, 20 unhollowed ribs. Weigh. Now these are not 16th, they're 3/32. Weigh exactly 1 ounce. So they'll be around the 3/4 ounce mark, half to 3/4 when they're hollow. And they're pretty symmetrical. I mean, in fact, real symmetrical. Only off by a pencil, maybe. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out my 80 grit. We don't want to distort the airfoil too much, but I want them all exactly the same. Starting to rain like cats and dogs. Okay, where's my little T-bar? Oh man, just want to find something new. Okay, I have this longer one. I guess we can use this long one. I'll have to look later for the smaller one. Now the reason why I'm using this T-bar instead of the Durablock The drill block is a soft block, and this is a hard block, and we want to keep everything more or less even, so it'll be better this way. So I'm going to bring all the tails together. It won't take much cleanup. Lay them down on the bench there. Couple of swipes. They're real close. Just a few swipes and turn them over. Now there's one on the end. It's quite a bit different. Why? Well, that's the end of our hour. Because I was talking, I'll give a few minutes over finishing sanding this, because I'm not going to work on this while not on camera. So there you have our ribs for our Excalibur. Not a real big mystery how to do this stuff. Oh, sorry. Keep building. Keep painting. Keep flying. I mean, that's about all we can do is keep on keeping on. Be sure to subscribe to Control Line Craftsman so you can get all the benefits of this. I'm going to post this first hour up on in an open forum so that everybody can see that we're doing the Excalibur. A couple of ways to join Control Line Craftsman. $54 a year, $150 for a life membership, or $10 a month. That's entirely up to you. We're going to be doing 1 hour a day on this build. When we're done with this build, hopefully I'll have the paint jobs all done, and we'll go on to some other things like my build for this, the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. Let's see if we can zoom in there and get a good close-up. Doesn't look like he wants to focus. Anyway, And believe me, it's not a scale plane, it's a stunt plane. So we'll see you on the next edition of Control Line Craftsman. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join Control Line Craftsman. Till we see you again, tight lines.